Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Kevin Summers. And this week, I want to talk about something that we've really been seeing a lot on social media. You might get it from your friends, your family, coworkers, stuff like that, is not caring what other people think. You shouldn't care what other people think. And it is true. I am not arguing that fact at all. But I got to call BS on it because I care, right? You care. Everyone cares. Even the influencers and the people around you telling you not to care. Otherwise, they wouldn't be telling you to not care. Wow, it's a lot of cares back to back to back, right? But I mean, just think about this for a second, right? We all, whether we're, big and we're tough, and we're like, oh, I don't care what they think. Why do you wear the shoes that you wear? Why do you wear the clothes that you wear? Why do you drive the car that you drive? Why do you live where you live? And it might be, oh, it makes me feel good about myself. That's awesome, but there isn't even a little bit inside of you that just makes you want to show it off a little bit, or think of what others might think of this or that thing that you have, right? Where you live. We all care. Some of are a hell of a lot better at not caring as much as a lot of us, like myself. Like I care. I care a lot what other people think. And it's been something that I've been trying to work on. I'm not going to say overcome, because I think it is important to care what other people think. Because when you start really just not caring about anything, I think that's a deep, dark hole. But we're being told it's pointless to be caring. You shouldn't care. And it's just, I just can't get down with that, because I care. And so many people care. I have a funny feeling you do too. So this is what I wanted to dive into this week, because it's been like, I feel like every single day I'm opening the phone, I'm scrolling, and it's just like you have all these people, I don't know, algorithms, maybe the algorithm's saying, I need to talk about it. Maybe this is for me more than you guys, so you can come along for the ride. But, the truth is, it is 100% normal to care. The problem isn't that you care. The problem is we are letting it stop us from doing what we're meant to do. Okay. Again, the problem is we're letting it stop us from doing what we're meant to do. You see, what I'd like to break down this time is why it's okay to care. Like, it really is. Why those thoughts creep in and how they keep moving forward, even when you feel like people are judging you, right? Because we all know everybody is, and what's interesting about that is people do judge. We do judge, right? And I produce a lot of content for Instagram and the web and stuff like that, right? But here's what's interesting. This actually just dawned on me, is people do care when you post or you're doing well. And it's funny is a lot of people will clap for you as you're going, but when you get to a certain level, it kind of gets a little bit quiet. But what's interesting is when you're out in public and I'm sitting there and I'm literally shooting a live video or something like that for Instagram, people don't care. They literally are walking by and it's 2025. They're just oblivious to what you're doing. But yet you post something on social media, or you decide to take a new career path, or you decide to move, holy shit, are you questioned? And people are just like, why are you doing this? And you just get this flood of just like, oh my God, it's like, am I making the right decision? Am I not making the right decision? Because we care so much about what their thoughts are. I read something, it's been popping up a lot lately. I honestly think this is just straight up for me, is Oh, what was it? Did I just lose it? It'll come back to me. I'll think of it. But let's talk about why caring is unrealistic. Okay? Everyone cares. Even the people telling you not to care. If they really didn't care, why are they doing what they're doing? Right? I'm going to really kind of use social media in a sense, because I think we really know that platform, and we can kind of translate that into every aspect of a life, I believe, right? It's if people really didn't care, then why are people posting on social media? Why are they trying to convince you they don't care? That's really proof that they do, right? And they're looking for the accolades and the likes and the shares and the this and the that. They're looking at the algorithm to literally just see how much attraction, because they care about that. We are wired to care. It's human nature. We care for our loved ones. We care for our health, I hope. We care how we look, and we care about success. There's so many different things that we care about. We are social creatures. Humans are social creatures. We care about being accepted. It's built into our survival instincts. This is ancestry shit here, okay? It is built into us to care. That's how we survive. But pretending you don't care is flat exhausting. Faking indifferences takes energy. And if you've ever done that and just kind of brushed it off or whatever, or maybe you weren't the popular girl in high school or the popular guy on the football team, and you're always trying not to care, and at the end of the day, man, you go to some deep, dark places in your head because you cared, right? But what's the real issue here? We're letting it stop us. Okay, hear me. The real issue here is we are letting it stop us. It's not about caring. It's about action. Caring isn't the problem. The problem is letting those thoughts paralyze you. If you let fear of judgment keep you from posting, creating, speaking up, asking for a raise, asking for a better position, wanting to move to a different town, wanting to try a different sport, wanting to redefine yourself, wanting to go to the gym, start a nutrition program. I mean, the list can go on and on and on and on. If we let the caring stop us, that's where it becomes a problem. But we can take that power of caring and start caring about ourselves. I want to go to the gym to feel better. But we all go to the, I've heard it all. I'll go to the gym when I lose a few pounds. Math is a math in here, and the nutrition, it's just like, oh, it's too hard, let's do this. It's like, well, what have you done? Right? But like we talked about last time, is when we start something, it's almost like if we don't announce it, we care what other people will think if we fail. If we do announce it, then we're looking for validation for what we're doing. So it's a double-edged sword. I'm going to do this. Oh man, should you really do that? Hey, that's amazing. Oh, that's great. Or you don't, and it's like, I want to keep this to me because I'm afraid of what people might say, and what if it doesn't work out? And I am all for being quiet. I know, me, right? You guys know me on a personal level. It's different, right? But there's a lot of things I don't share. There's a lot of things that is very, very private to me. Goals, what I want to accomplish, businesses, family. There's a lot of things that I don't share, and we're allowed to do that, and that is okay. And what you do is on you, and what I do is on me. And I have those certain things. But there's also this fear of judgment is usually imagined, right? Because, it's like, when you're going into a situation, or maybe you can think back to maybe your first time you had to stand up in front of a classroom in high school or college, or the first time you had to interview at a big company, or something that was just really, really uncomfortable for you, where you're just like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen if I pass out on stage? What's going to happen if I completely tank this? What happens if the class laughs at me? What happens if I misspell this or enunciate that? And you go through all these emotions, and you probably made mistakes, and guess what? None of it happened, right? Like we create this like false reality in our brain of, dude, the most negative, like it's the end of the world if this doesn't work out, and hopefully a lot of y'all are better at judging that and reeling that back in than myself and a lot of other people. But you can go down a deep, dark path when you start thinking of all the things that could go wrong. And one thing that I've tried to work on is think about all the things that could go right. Oh, what if this does good? What if this does impact a person? What if this does open up other doors for me? What if this is the opportunity I've been thinking about or praying for or hoping for? Right? There's so many different ways to reframe it, right? Now, we have to normalize the thoughts here, but push through anyways, because we're always going to have a fear of stepping out, right? And that's okay. And this is funny. I feel that when you do have that fear, when you do turn on the mic week in and week out, you have a little butterfly in your stomach, because you care about what you're doing. You care about somebody you might be impacting in a positive way. You care about the outcome. You care that it gets heard. You care that it is the right financial decision for your family. That is normal. And because we care, right? But guess what? Even though we have concerns, what do? We push forward anyway. You don't have to stop caring. You just have to keep going when you care. Follow me? Now, how do we work through it? I got to do it daily, man. Oh my gosh, I got to do it daily. Acknowledge the thoughts, but don't fight them. When you feel that doubt creep in, what will they think? Don't try to suppress it. Just recognize it. Name it. Oh, there's that thought again. I feel it takes the power away from it, because if we let that thought creep in and we own it and we accept it and we're like, oh my gosh, you're right, that could happen, and I agree with that negative thought, that's a bad place to be. But when it comes in and it creeps in, there it is again. All right, moving on. That sucker just pops in every now and again. It's kind of like Cousin Eddie, right? From, the Christmas show. Arby, that thing. Name's escaping me. But it's like, yeah, he's there. Forget about him, right? But more importantly is you got to focus on your mission. Because why are you wanting to do this thing? Why did you have this thought that came into your mind of doing something and instantly went to a negative place of what will they think? What will happen? What will this? And I'm a firm believer in when you have a thought that you just can't get rid of, it's put there for a reason. That is what you are meant to do. If you go to bed and wake up and think the same thing day in and day out, that is God, the universe, a higher power telling you, homie, this is what you're called to do. This is the next chapter in your life. You're going to have people that agree with you. You're going to have people that disagree with you. But, this is what I was going to say earlier. The people that normally are the loudest, something I want you to think about next time you have that negative Nancy pop in. I want you to think about this, and does that person have the path, the life, the career, the accolades that you are searching for? Or are they just running their mouth? And when you look at their glass house, you sure as hell ain't gonna throw a stone in it because you know that sumbitch is coming down. What I've found is the people that always question your motives are the people that really haven't got that much going on, haven't really accomplished that much. And that is okay. Some people are very, very happy being who they are with what they got and where they're at. And that is amazing. But if you're listening to this podcast, you want more. You want to reach that next level. You want to see what your next chapter is. You want to build a life for you and your family and a career and a athletic ability that you've always dreamed of, and you wanted to achieve it. And you have big aspirations and big dreams to do great things. And that is amazing. And I'm rooting for you. And we can't let the negative thoughts and the negative things that other people could, but more often than not, don't say, even if they say it behind your back, that's okay, because I only want to be in a room where they'll say it to my face. And I guarantee you those people are not going to be in the room. And you know that. If you really think about all the worst case scenarios you've ever had in your life, have any of them ever came true? Probably not. You see, your story matters. And your story is why you want to climb the corporate ladder, why you want to be the CEO, why you want to create a holistic health company, why you want to get in shape, why you want to start working on your nutrition, why you just want to be better in your life in general. You see, you don't know who you're impacting with your story. And I know we were talking about social media earlier. You have a lot of people watching you. And you never know that coworker that was quiet in the back, that saw you just like every day you're showing up, you're busting your ass, you're doing your best, and you're just like, I'm going to get it. And you just keep on pushing. People like, oh no, you'll never get that. And you just keep on pushing and you get it. That might be that hope for that coworker. Or somebody's sitting there and they're seeing you just keep on showing up to the gym, and there's this one person that, you know, has been seeing you for the past 2-3 months, and you know they're going to quit the gym that day because they're not seeing results, and all of a sudden you walked in and you look great because you're following the plan, you're executing on it. You never know who you're impacting by doing what you're doing and growing. There might be somebody in your family that might be running their mouth, might be talking a lot of shit. But I guarantee you when they're laying in their bed at night, they're just like, man, that would be cool. That would be really cool if I could do that also. But they gotta bang their chest. They gotta look big, you know? It's gotta be King Kong, right? The person you're afraid of judging you isn't the person you're meant to help. Your story, your authenticity might be exactly what someone else needs to hear, see, or interact with. If you stay quiet because you're scared, you're robbing somebody of that impact. Friends, I believe we were put here on this crazy ass rock to make an impact in the world. And I honestly believe that when it's our time, that we need to make that impact. Because we're all going through so much, but we're all incredible people. And you could be doing something that impacts, that just shows somebody that they are capable of more, even if they're not going to follow in your footsteps. It is so, so important. You see, our purpose, your purpose, is way more than their opinion. If you feel called to do something, it's because someone needs it. That could be creating a company. And there's these people that don't know it yet that you need to help with your company. There's so many different things that we can do that is on your mind that you know you want to do. We cannot let fear of judgment stop us from delivering what someone else might need. And that someone else could just be our family. And our family is everything. And we might be afraid of what someone else might think, and it could be holding our family back from an incredible life, for you providing an incredible opportunity for them. Most people are too busy with their own lives to even freaking care. We just overestimate how much people are paying attention. Most people are caught up in their own stuff. You know, it's crazy is, if you follow me on social media, if you're not, you should, Real Kevin Summers, Instagram. I started posting fitness and riding bikes and races and stuff like that. And dude, I'd sit there and be like, oh no, what the craziest people would pop into my mind. What will this person say or think? And I haven't seen them in years. Oh, what about this person? It's like, it would just hold me back. And I literally just started posting it because I heard somebody say, you are best served to help who you once were. And I'm like, crap, if I had somebody literally walking me through the path without all the BS, that it would have helped me. And that is my whole purpose. If I can impact one person, if you find value, or there's something I said that just makes that switch go off, go on, that's amazing. And this could all go away tomorrow. And if it impacted one person, I'm okay with that. 100% okay with that. You know, and what's crazy is I'll post about nutrition and how to get healthy in this, and it'll gain a little bit of traction. I'll post when I'm in the gym and it gets a shit ton of traction. It just goes to show you, we just can't really worry about what other people think. We're going to do what we're going to do. We're going to build an empire. And we're going to continue to strive to be the best version of ourselves, because we want more. And we're going to stop letting the limiting beliefs of other people hold us back. We will recognize what they're saying, but it's like, that's just a thought. Because we care. We're humans. We're wired to care. We're meant to care. And if you actually care what somebody's going to think, that's actually a good place to be. That just doesn't mean you're shooting the shit. You actually want to make an impact. And it could just be a water cooler talk. It could be a podcast. It could be at a sporting event. It could be at your next race. So many different things. You see, when I started posting about my fitness journey, I worried about what people would say, and the typical, who does he think he is? But you know what? The right people responded. And honestly, the others don't matter. That's not who I'm here to serve, right? The right people, you people, you're the tribe, you're the homies, right? You're the people that care. And that's what matters to me. And that's what I care about, is you. All of you. From the pod to social to it all. That's what I care about, because y'all are incredible. So I'll leave you with this. You don't need to stop caring what people think. You just need to stop letting it control you. Care, but act and push forward and keep going down the path that you need to go. If this hit home for you, I'm asking you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And next time you feel that fear creeping in, keep going anyways. Friends, thank you so much for listening. It honestly just means the world to me. This was all an idea. I am the most introverted person I feel you'll ever meet. I'm sure there's others out there. But ask anybody in my school when I was growing up. This is something I've worked on day after day after day, and I continue to put myself in uncomfortable situations to grow, because I feel there's a story, I feel there's an impact, I feel there's a need for people to get the information and to get help and know that you belong here. Share this with a friend. Follow me on social media at Real Kevin Summers. And let's wrap it up with, remember, it's not what you do in a day, it's what you do every day. And if you don't have someone that believes in you, you do now. I do. We'll talk to you next time.